Peace and blessings, soul family. I love you all. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm reading another small section out of a systematic course in the ancient tantric techniques of yoga and kriya by Swami Satchidananda Saraswati. This little section is talking about Amaroli, which is urine therapy. And what's his name? Allegedly Dave over on YouTube. He has broke down the many benefits of urine therapy. Also, certified health nut. He's talked a lot about that, and we already know also that it's biblical, and there's many passages and stuff in the Bible that talks about urine therapy. But here's that one little small section. Alrighty. Amaroli. In this topic, we intend to describe various aspects of Amaroli, or urine therapy. Many people have actually used urine as a means of removing certain ailments. We have read of almost miraculous cures of chronic diseases attributed solely to Amaroli. We cannot vouch for the cure of leprosy, cancer, etc. through Amaroli, for we lack the actual experience. But at the same time, we are prepared to keep an open mind on the subject. We will present the facts as we see them, so that you can decide for yourself whether Amaroli is valid or not. The wisdoms of the ancients. Many ancient and tested traditional systems have practiced or praised the benefits of Amaroli. In Tantra, there is one whole text devoted to it. The text is called the Dhamara Tantra, and the process is called Shivambu Kalpa Vidhi. The word Shivambu has various meanings. In this context, it means urine. The word kalpa here means to change or to revitalize, and vidhi means process or technique. Therefore, Shivambu Kalpa Vidhi can be translated as the practice of using urine to regenerate the body. There are 108 verses devoted entirely to Amaroli. It is suggested that urine be either taken alone or with various types of herbs. If you wish to find out more, you should read the text yourself. We will quote 3 verses that summarize the whole process. A sensible man gets up early in the morning when 3/4 of the night has passed, at about 3 or 4 o'clock, faces the east, and passes urine, which was verse 6. The initial and concluding flow of urine is to be discarded. The intermediate flow is to be consumed. This is the most suitable method, which is verse 7. And then one should take one's own urine. The mouth and tail of a snake contain poison. In the same way, the first and last portions flow tend to be unwholesome. This is widely accepted, which is verse 8. The whole process is solemnly explained to Parvati by her husband, Lord Shiva. In the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, a traditional tantric text, it says, the first and last portion of Shavambu, urine, which is pungent, should not be taken. The intermediate flow should be consumed daily. This is called Amaroli, according to Kanda Kapalika. There are many more ancient references. Amaroli is widely mentioned in Ayurvedic texts, such as Sushruta, so there is nothing new about drinking urine. Is urine poison? One of the prime functions of the kidneys is to maintain the fluid balance of the body. That is, the body must be kept at a reasonably fixed level of alkalinity, pH. To do this, the kidneys remove acid from the body. This occurs especially after meals. Associated with this elimination are various other constituents, one of which is ammonia. It is this ammonia that some people would object to, as it is poisonous in certain quantities. However, in the amounts that the body produces, especially from a vegetarian low-protein diet, it is not a problem. Contents of urine. Urine contains urea, creatine protein, uric acid, amino nitrogens, ammonia, sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, chloride compounds, sulfide compounds, organic and inorganic, enzymes, hormones, trace elements. It contains various other constituents, the amounts and concentration of which depends on diet and health. Most of these materials are essential substances for maintaining the body and can be recycled. This is one of the reasons why Amaroli may give so many benefits. However, this is still subject to experimental verification, and as yet no real scientific proof has been given to substantiate the claims of proponents of Amaroli. Overcoming fear. If you want to start the practice of Amaroli, the biggest obstacles is in your mind. It is difficult for most people to even touch urine, let alone take the first sip. This has to be overcome gradually. The best method of overcoming your phobia is to first of all wash your hands in urine. Then the following day, or after a few days, start to wash different parts of your body. Eventually you should be able to wash your whole body in urine. Of course, you should also wash afterwards with water. Then, during washing with urine, tentatively put a drop on your tongue. You will find that it is not as bad as you think it is. In fact, you may even find it tasty. There is one man in the ashram who says that it reminds him of Jamaican beer, not rum. Eventually, you will find that you can take a sip of urine without the slightest hesitation. It is then a short step to actually consuming a glass full of urine. It is only cultural brainwashing that makes us nauseated at the thought of consuming urine. Practice. External therapy. Many people wash themselves thoroughly with urine every morning. After a minute or so, this is all washed away with water. The effects to remove inlaid dirt, grease, and toxins from the skin. It has osmotic and solvent action which draws out impurities. This is aided by the warmth of the urine opening the pores of the skin. Your body produces its own hot water. Why not use it? At the same time, salts from the urine are taken in through the pores of the skin, replacing lost salts. Anyone who has cuts, grazes, sores, or similar open wounds can use urine as a disinfectant. Not only does it keep the wound clean and free from infection, but it also seems to aid the speed of healing. If you suffer from boils, pimples, or fungal infections, such as athlete's foot, then you can use urine as a means of drawing out the underlying impurities. If you burn or scald yourself, you can also use urine as a method of disinfecting and drying up the weeping sore. This also applies to blisters. It is said that a mixture of urine, ginger, and salt rapidly remove ringworms and eczema. It is also useful for alleviating mosquito and other similar insect bites. All these points make regular washing with urine a worthwhile habit. Don't waste your urine, use it. People suffering from measles, chickenpox, and other similar ailments can bathe in their own urine. Alternatively, you can use urine packs. Urine packs can also be kept on wounds, boils, lumps, and swollen areas of the body for prolonged periods of time. For small burns, ice or cold water is recommended, but for larger burns, urine packs should be kept on for short durations. The pack should consist of a folded cloth soaked in warm urine. These packs can be used for certain internal diseases. Urine can also be associated with massage. This applies to the full treatment of massage as well as the massage during your daily bath. The massage should be directed towards the heart to stimulate the returning flow venous of blood to the heart. This message will stimulate the local blood circulation, or massage will stimulate the local blood circulation, removing toxins and squeeze impurities out of the skin. Internal therapy. There are some people who praise and worship Amaroli, claiming urine to be the divine nectar of life. Ardent supporters give a long list of diseases which can be treated with urine, including diabetes, kidney disease, heart ailments, high blood pressure, edema, malaria, general fevers, colds, asthma, menstrual disorders, piles, intestinal disease, cancer, and much more. If you suffer from any of these diseases, then you have nothing to lose and everything to gain by trying Amaroli. If possible, you should contact a doctor or nature healer who has empathy with Amaroli to obtain advice on the method to be employed for your circumstances. The therapy can be used for both chronic and acute diseases, but in the cases of acute disease such as gastroenteritis, it can be used as an adjunct to conventional therapies. Those people who have read the topic on Shankara Prakshalana will appreciate the similarity between the salty water used in the practice and salty urine. The salt content of urine varies greatly. The first flow of urine in the morning is about 2 to 4 times more concentrated than the urine passes in a daytime. This solution is hypertonic, that is, containing more salt than normal body fluids. Under these circumstances, the osmotic pressure may draw water out of the body into the intestines. This flushes the system and has many beneficial repercussions. This directly helps to relieve constipation and indirectly help other common ailments. Depending on the diet, the amount of salt in the diet, and the amount of water consumed, your urine during the day will tend to be hypotonic, that is, containing less salt than the body fluid, or isotonic, containing the same quantity of salt as the body fluid. The urine will be hypotonic if you consume sufficient water. This urine will be quickly absorbed into the blood to flush the kidneys, muscles, etc. Amaroli and fasting. For removal of disease, Amaroli is usually combined with fasting, either partial or total. The fasting is in itself is a wonderful method of removing many types of diseases. All the energy of the body is directed to rectifying defects. Under normal circumstances, it is largely preoccupied with processes of digestion. When you stop taking foods, then the energy is retained to healing the body and purging waste material. However, we issue a warning. Before undertaking a prolonged fast with Amaroli, you are strongly advised to seek expert guidance and medical assistance. If you have no illness, then you merely practice Amaroli without fasting. Or if you wish, you can fast on a regular short duration, perhaps 1 day a week. For example, take your lunch and then eat nothing until lunch on the following day. During fasting, you can consume all your urine, taking care to discard the first and last ends of the flows. Even missing one meal can help you to rest the digestive system, especially if you are a big eater. Amaroli in combination with simple balanced vegetarian food is also recommended. The following are the basic rules and techniques for Amaroli. A. If you intend on combining Amaroli with fasting, then you should reduce the intake of processed foods, meat, salt, spices, starches, and heavy foods a few days before. Start to eat more fruits and vegetables. B. On arising in the early morning, drink the intermediate portion of the urine. It is traditionally said that the urine should be consumed from an earthen or copper vessel. C. If you are ill, you can take urine throughout the day. If you are healthy, 3 times daily. In the morning and then after meals is sufficient. It is approximately 1 hour after meals that there are said to be many valuable enzymes and other chemicals present in the urine. D. You can use urine for gargling, especially for a sore throat. E. Do neti, or urine, swamatra neti. The method is the same as in for neti with salt water. You can help to clear the eye, ear, nose, and sinus ailments, as well as headaches and so on. Let's see. F. You must use your discretion when you practice. If you're unsure, consult an expert. Let's see. And then G. We suggest you combine Amaroli with yoga practices to give a more integrated approach to your health. Alrighty. So that is the small section from a systematic course in the ancient tantric techniques of yoga and Kriya by Swami Satchidananda Saraswati. Yeah, definitely not a doctor. It's not medical advice. This is an Ayurvedic practice, but we see urine therapy used in many, many different traditions. So it's definitely something that was common with our ancestors. And, we've kind of been grossed out by it. But, yeah, I would check out Dave or allegedly Dave. He does a lot of flat earth stuff. And then Certified Health Nut. He talks a lot about, like, the aged urine and stuff like that. Aged urine enemas and whatnot. Alrighty. Well, I love you guys. I hope everyone has a blissful day. I'll be back to talk to y'all later. It's Magga Purnima. Tonight's the full moon in, I believe it's Leo Tropical and Cancer Sidereal. So make sure to take some time to go within, connect with that energy of that full moon. And I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all again later. Peace.